What's going on, YouTube? Blue Rat Pastor here. I'm going to be showing you how to disassemble the top of your rig. I recommend that you disassemble and at least check, or actually I recommend that you rebuild, get a new piston for it, get everything for it. If you blow out this 1.8K burst disc. So yeah, you don't need to take the rig off the tank. I'm just taking this off, make it easier. Alright. So first, you've got two hexes, one right here, then one completely 180 from it. You're going to want to remove these completely and put them wherever you won't lose them, because they are very, very tiny. Just going to put them up here on my dresser. So that one's out. 180. I gotta take this one out. Like I said, make sure you don't lose them. They're very tiny. Alright. Next, might take a little bit, but shouldn't take too much. Just gonna unscrew the bonnet from the body of your rig. I don't get why they put so many threads on here. Alright, so then we've got our mainspring right here. Excuse me. Then this is where your shims will go. I have 3 in there right now. I think that I'm going to end up taking them all out. I'm gonna keep on doing research on that though. A red shim is 150, I want to say. Adds 150 to your overall output. A rag with no shims in it, or at least a Ninja rag with no shims in it, will have an output of 450. And then let me make sure. Yeah, reds are 150, and silver shims are the thinner ones, are 50 to 75. So I have my Shocker NXT, so I think I'm gonna end up taking all of them out. I have 2 reds in there right now and 1 silver. I have just never taken it apart. So not really much right there, except for all of these and your shims. Got your mainspring, don't know if I said that yet or not. And then wait for my tanks to balance out, make sure it's not going to fall. Then you've got your bonnet with your ball detent assembly. Here's your piston. You're not going to be able to just pull it straight out. You'll need to wiggle it around a little bit while pulling. Then it will come straight out. Now, depending on how tight it is, spring might come out with it. Spring might stay in your bonnet. But yeah, when you order a new one, make sure it looks exactly like yours. Yours might be a little bit older, but I have 2 O-rings right here on the top of my piston, and then there's supposed to be an O-ring right here. That's what went wrong with my reg. That's why I blew the 1.8K. The piston just wasn't sealing properly anymore. So yeah, I just recommend that you order the whole piston setup. It's like 12 bucks or something. Then you've got your piston spring. Nothing too fancy. It almost reminds me of a pen spring, but don't try to use a pen spring. And then from this end, you're just going to push the ball detent a little bit. It'll pop out of place. And yeah, it's literally just a ball. And then we'll set that in there for now, so I don't lose it once again. Once you go to put this back together, I recommend that you take a cotton swab that you use for like your ears or something, and you just swab out this area, because you don't, when you put it back together also you don't want to put any lube on that O-ring or that ball detent, because that will promote dirt to stick on it. And I'll just make make this a whole video itself. Gonna have to do this again, but just for video purpose, I'll put it back together. Alright, so I swabbed that out. Wipe this off with some tissue or something. Want both the O-ring inside of here, where this seals up to, dry, and the ball itself dry. Gonna just drop that down into place. Pretty simple. And I've got a feeling you guys know what to do, but pretend this was my new piston. Lube up these O-rings. Lube this O-ring. Put the spring in there. Then, just as you took it out, kind of wiggle it in. Make sure it's firmly in there. Make sure your detent works. Okay, it's working fine. Next, make sure all your shims are in there still. Throw that spring in there. Make sure that's nice and dry. And then all you're gonna do is line up this, your bottom of the piston, into the hole of the spring, and just screw that on. And then I don't know what yours will be like, but mine comes to a complete dead stop. Like, you can't spin it anymore, even with like a strap wrench or anything. And it lines up perfectly with the marks where it was. So next, you're just going to take your two little Allens. Once again, make sure you don't lose them. You don't want them too tight, but you want them tight enough so your bonnet's not going to come loose. Once again, I'm not going to tighten them all the way, because I'm just going to be taking this back apart in like a week or so. Throw that in there. Then make sure you replace any burst discs that blew. Normally, if you have to rebuild the reg, it's going to be your 1.8. I already replaced it because I didn't know anything about it. I figured that would just fix it. But then the guy at Fox told me, no, you have to do a rebuild kit on the inside. I'm like, okay. And the rebuild kit that I bought does come with a new burst disc. So yeah, for 12 bucks, I'd rather have my gear up and running than be depressed like I was last weekend about not having my 4500. So almost all last weekend, I just kept on running out of air. And, well, running out of air. You get the point. Ran out of air literally in the first 2 minutes of one of the games. I wonder, hey, it does balance on that. Nice. But, yeah. If you guys still haven't heard, I've been shouting it out in all my videos like this, not on the field. But I've got a video idea that I'd like to try, which is what can a paintball break? Maybe it can turn into a series, maybe not. I'm not too sure yet on this point, but I really need your guys' suggestions on what you want me to try to shoot and try to break. Can shoot basically anything. Just not dog or something. No, not gonna do that, sorry. But yeah. Smash that like button. Subscribe for more content. Got some of that coming out to you. And if you leave ideas down below, I'll have that video coming too. So yeah. See ya.